We offer everything to you during this seminar. May we ask for your blessing and divine providence that the activities set for this undertaking be successful and effective. May we also retain the invaluable knowledge and learning experiences that we derive from this activity for actual application when we leave this venue. We pray that you bless all the committees in charge, that they fulfill their tasks responsibly, that the objectives they have set may all be achieved. Your generous blessing would mean the success of this seminar. We know that without it, we can do nothing. May we be living witnesses of your genuine love through the implementation of the knowledge acquired through this activity. Grant us your divine wisdom as we go about our daily tasks after this seminar. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
You may now take your seats. Good morning, future educators! Good morning! Okay, my name is Diana Rain Cabello and I am your host for this morning's event. And I would like to welcome you all with this seminar. Of course, it is our privilege to have you. I am very happy to see you here, even though we have a lot of things to do. So The seminar is entitled Families and Schools, Developing Partnerships for Inclusive Education Through Collaboration. As we participate in today's seminar, I would like all of us, future educators, to reflect on how we can develop productive family-school relationships that promote student learning in an inclusive environment. In this seminar, we hope that you will realize the importance of involving families, specifically the parents, in the education of their children. Your classmates are listening, and as well as to the speakers. And lastly, so before we will go outside, please keep your trashes. Rena Jane Abatayo.
Good morning, everyone. For the speakers for this morning, we have to start with. She is the current auditor of the ECED Society, and currently she championed during the LED Quiz Bowl. She's going to talk about inclusion. We have Miss Glil Tabay.
The second speaker, she was one of the consistent parental awardee and an active president of the SPED Society. She's going to talk about inclusive education. Miss Diana Ray Cabello.
The third speaker is the current PIO of ECED Society. She's going to talk about inclusive education implementation. Miss Jendel Kayla Maluya.
The fourth speaker is the Secretary of English Circle during high school days, and she's the current Vice President of the SPED Society. She's going to talk about collaboration. Miss Sheila Sihirita.
The next speaker is the former Vice President of Young Educators Association and a current Council Officer of the Philippine Red Cross Youth Cebu Chapter. She will talk about collaboration and obstacles to effective collaboration. Miss Judian Siasul.
The next speaker is an SK counselor in their barangay and also the auditor in the SPED Society, Miss Rowena J. Batayo.
The seventh speaker is the current treasurer of the SPED Society. She will be talking about families and school partnership.
The next,
Miss Mary Laika Canyalita.
the next speaker is awarded as the Community Award in high school, and she's going to talk about families and school partnership also. Chinky Tihoras.
And the last speaker is Miss Jonathan R. Rodrigo. She will also be talking about families and school partnership.
That's all. Thank you.
Without further ado, may we call on the first speaker for her part.
So, good morning, everyone. So today we are going to discuss about families and schools developing partnerships for inclusive education through collaboration. So today we are expected to define inclusion and inclusive education, realize the importance of inclusive education through questioning, describe what collaboration is and why it is critical in inclusive education, determine effective parent-school collaborative practices that are implemented in today's schools, discover the advantages of parents and other partnerships. So, inclusion. Do you have any idea about what is inclusion? Please do not hesitate to answer because there is no wrong idea. Anyone? So, okay. Wala. Let's call Mr. Renz Antojado to answer.
I think inclusion for me could be like sa inyong gimining diha nga response to it's a culturally diverse a process which culturally diverse students are were nag-usa na sila in order to address one significant issue. My idea.
Thank you, Mr. Renz Antojado. So, inclusion. Inclusion is a philosophy that brings diverse students, families, educators, and members of the community together to create schools and social institutions based on acceptance, belonging, and community. It is also a full involvement of all students in all aspects of learning and schooling, regardless to the differences of each student, and it also eliminates the idea of segregating the students with disability from regular students. And because of this, students with disability can group together with their non-disabled peers. So, inclusion is a process that responds to students' diversity based on accepting diversity, and acceptance of diversity is the most significant issues underlying successful inclusion. By diversity, which includes interrelated human dimension such as next slide please, such as race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, socioeconomic status, age, ability, religious or political beliefs, disability factors. So when you say race, ethnicity, race is a physical characteristic of a person, such as bone structure, the color of the hair, the color of the skin, and even the color of the eye. And when you say ethnicity, it is a social-cultural factors of a person, such as nationality and language of a person. For example, of race is black skin, white, or brown. And for ethnicity is American, Korean, Japanese, and other nationality. Next is sexual orientation. Sexual orientation, it is about who you are attracted to, or who person attracted to. For example, is heterosexual, homosexual, or bisexual. Heterosexual, it is men attracted to women, or women attracted to men. Homosexual, it is a person attracted to the same gender. And bisexual, it is a person attracted to different gender. Next is socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic status, it is not about the income of a person, but also a educational attainment and financial security of the person. So we teachers, we must treat our students fairly regardless to their kanang status. Dili ta kanang sali ka ng pobre siya, ato iles ang atong pag-treat or pag-treat or kanang paghatag og good service niya. Kaya unfair sa biya kaayo kay dili biya nila sa kain ana ang ilang status, di ba? Then next is age. Age, it is accepting the different ages of our students. Next is ability. Ability, it is the student's ability to do things or to comprehend subject or things. We teachers, we must always remember that atong students, dili siya tanan fast learners. Naadyan na ka ng slow learners. If ever naamang gali ka ng slow learners sa atong klase, dili na to ipa-feel niya nga kanang lahi, siya ray lahi or kanang di siya belong sa group. Kay basin tungod ana mas mo grabe ang iyang case, dili na siya ganang muskwila or di na siya ganang musod sa kanang subject. Like what I have experienced when I was grade 5, when I was grade 5, akong score kay kanang for me siya gagmay kanang 5/20 to over 10 or sometimes kay mabakog 0 niya akong maestra kay uli niya sa papel kay iya ko baka uwawan iya ko inon niya kanang di siya ko makasabot no hinaya ni mother uy sa ama di ka pagpasabot niya tungod na to sa iyang gibuhat kay dili na ko ganahan musod sa iyang subject kay naawaw naman ko naawaw ko niya naawaw ko sa akong mga classmate kay naka-feel ko nga ako ray lahi sa classroom or ako'y pinakahinay o ganang basta kung nga siya mag-quiz siya kay dili na ko ganahan musod magbatbot ako bisan-usa karasan para makauli. So we teachers, if nagaliin ana, we must encourage him or her kanang para kanang moduol siya sa iyang studies or para ma-improve ang iyang abilities. Next is religious or political belief. Religious, it is related to philosophical belief of a person, and political belief is related to policies, belief related to policies or rule of the government. Next is disability factors. Disability factors identified as a mental or physical impairment of a student na kanang makalimit niya nga mobuhat og mga kanang things or mo participate sa activities. So, the 4 principles of effective inclusion. All learners and equal access. It means students with disability and students non-disabled is we must put them all in a general education classroom, and inclusion offers a equal access to a challenging and flexible education curriculum and services to help students to be successful in society. Next is individual strength and needs and diversity. We teachers, we must know the strength and weaknesses of our students kaya para makabaw ta kung unsa na to siya pag kanang assess or unsa tong gamiton nga kanang method para kanang ma-improve or ma-enhance siya. Next is reflective practices and differentiated instruction. So teachers must examine the students' attitude to differentiated her classroom management teaching styles to accommodate the students' needs. Fourth is the community and collaboration. Community and collaboration is inclusion kanang dapat jud kanang naay kanang collaboration sa community kay para mas successful ang pag-implement sa inclusion kay daghaman ang support. So, we teachers, we must always remember that we can affect students who are different or who are having a learning challenges, and we must help them by changing our curriculum or activities that is fit to their capabilities and abilities. And let's create an environment with which they can feel they belong, safe and cared. And the next speaker is Miss Diana Ray Cabello.
Okay, good morning once again. Sorry, I really have a big voice. And inclusive education. So the first speaker talked about inclusion. And she said that inclusion is the philosophy that brings diverse students, families, educators, right?
Yes.
And I know you're wondering what's the difference between inclusion and inclusive education? Because these two terms are really related. From the first letters include, from the root word include. So basically, inclusion is the philosophy. And inclusive education is the means to achieve that philosophy. So inclusive education means that regular learners and learners with special needs learn with the same physical space. Where does learners learn? By the classroom. So this means when they learn in the same physical space, if the regular learners is inside the general education setting, that could also mean that learners with special needs are placed in the general education setting. So inclusive education is a process. When we say process, can we do that instantly or can it be achieved automatically? No, it cannot, right? It's a process. So it's a process of, it's a process of addressing and responding to the diversity needs of all learners. So this can happen by increasing participation and of course, reducing exclusion. Because the goal of inclusive education is to really include students with special needs in the regular education setting, regardless of their disabilities, of their weaknesses. And, next slide please. Inclusive education, there will be changes and modifications of structures. Why? Of course, students with special needs are placed in the general education setting. And they will be taught together with the regular learners. So in order for the teacher to cater all the needs, there should be changes with regards to the content, the approaches, with the strategies of the teacher. For the teacher to be able to cater all the needs of the learners, whether with disability or with special needs or regular learners. And inclusive education also means that regular students and children with special needs interact socially and academically. That does not just mean that the student will be placed in the inclusive, in the regular setting. This does not mean that the regular learners will just ignore them. Diba? It's very, it's very evident for today's generation if we can see the traditional approach. Usually when we talk about special education, when we talk about SPED centers, they are usually segregated, right? If you can see, they are really just isolated. Even if they are in a place, even if they are in a school, like public school, their setting is really isolated. They are separated from the general, from the place. So, you might be wondering, what can this topic help me? Most of us, most of you, are general education majors, right? So you might be wondering, what could help, what could this topic give me? Here's why. Since I said that inclusive education means placing regular learners and children with special needs in the same setting where they learn, where they interact academically and socially, of course, there would be roles of special educators and the general educators. So what is it for us, special educators, and what is it for you, general educators? So the role of special educators is basically to collaborate with who? If the student with special needs is inside the general education setting, what would be the role of the special educator? To whom should the special educator collaborate? With regards to classroom setting, the child with special need is placed in the general education setting. Like say for example, grade 1 love. It was included in grade 1 love. So the special educator is responsible to collaborate with whom? To the advisor of grade 1 love, of course, to collaborate with the general educator. So that's the role of the special educator. Why? Because most teachers are not right now, right? If you can see, I know you have your observations, there are really students with special needs there included. But if you are the teacher and you are not trained about that, how are you going to deal with these children? Dealing with regular learners seems traumatic sometimes. It may seem kapoy. It may seem so challenging. How much more dealing with children with special needs? So there's really a need for a regular educator to have the training about children with special needs. And the role of general educator is to implement whatever interventions has been planned, whatever plans for the student with special needs that is placed in the general education setting. He or she is the one who will implement. And with that, with the collaboration between regular teacher and the special ed teacher, there will be consistency of the programs, of the activities that will be given. And what if the child with special need is trained by the special educator it is trained to do before coming in sa classroom kay mo greet. Then what if in the general education setting the teacher does not practice it? It will lose mawala ang iyahang practice ana. So there should be consistency with the programs and activities. And of course, there are importance of inclusion and inclusive education. So we have 3. First is the greater sensitivity. So again, since children with special needs are placed in the general education setting, these regular learners are exposed to what are the problems, what are the struggles they have been facing, what are the differences the children with special needs have been experiencing, right? So probably the regular learners can see all of those. So they will be more sensitive about them. They will be more patient about them. They will have more patience about them because they know that these learners are struggling. These learners have problems. They are experiencing problems. And next is better understanding of strengths and weaknesses. So again, these learners can see the differences between being regular and having disabilities, having special needs. So when the students are placed inside the general education setting, they are exposed to these. They can see the weaknesses, the strengths, and of course regular learners have different strengths and weaknesses. Mano, even regular learners have. So how much more with children with special needs? This can be very evident to them, so that they have their strengths and weaknesses. And through this, since the regular learners can see the different regular learners and the children with special needs can see the different strengths and weaknesses, they can help each other out to achieve something. And another importance is more tolerance. So each individual can be seen as human as they are. So it doesn't mean that they have this disability. It doesn't mean that they are struggling, they have problems with this. They are actually equated to lesser value? No. So the students can see that even if they have disabilities, that even if they have problems, the students can see or can have a better understanding about them, that they are still human, that they are still human beings. So, to further discuss, may I call on the third speaker, Ms. Janda Kayla Maluya.
Hello everyone, good morning. Now I'll be discussing the implementation of inclusive education of the other countries and as well as our country. And then just a glimpse and then let's try to see how they differ in terms of their practices. So the first country that I'll be discussing is the Malaysia. Di ba guys, implementation of inclusive education kanang impossible din siya without the support of the government, the teacher, the Ministry of Education, right? Yes. So in Malaysia, guys, the government has put in lots of effort to improve the quality of inclusive education among students with special needs. And then there are two types of inclusive education available in Malaysia. So we have the full inclusion and the partial inclusion. So in the full inclusion, guys, the student with special needs will be placed in the mainstream classroom full-time and then with the support of their peers in all academic subjects, means in science, in math, everything, academic subjects. And then in partial inclusion means the student with special needs will be placed in the mainstream class, dili siya full-time, and then nara siya specific subject, and then it is based also sa ilang abilities, sa ilang skills and potential. So for example, Miss Jonah is good in math. So adto ra siya sa math kang math subject. For example, Major ko na siya daw. Si Major kay she's good at singing. So adto siya sa music nga class. So nara siya certain based sa ilahang skills, talents, and potentials. And then aside from that, the SPED teacher from SPED centers will be transferred to the traditional classroom para ma-support sila sa classroom teachers. Kay ang SPED teachers, naaman sila idea how to handle those student with special needs, diba? So ito siya. And then the next country is the Brunei. Next please, yes, Brunei. So in Brunei, guys, the children also are given the chance to study in the mainstream, in the regular class. But then dili siya tanan, it's because katurang mga child niya na ay mild to moderate, mo to siya ang ma-include sa ma-include sa regular classroom. But then katong student ka na ay severe and profound kay ma-remain ra to sila in the SPED centers. It's because ang katong mga students ka na ay severe kay they really need high assistance, so mag-remain ra to sila sa SPED centers. Ang katurang na ay mild and moderate, or to sila maadto sa regular class. And then the next country is the Thailand. So in Thailand, guys, they are the children with special needs. Bagong tikar. The child with special needs kay before sila iadto sa sorry guys, before sila iadto sa regular class kay kanang gitudloan sa sila how to manage themselves. Like for example kana ganing eating by themselves, kana magsinina ra sila sa makasinina sila sa ilahang kaugalingon, o before sila iadto sa regular class, i-train sana sila how to handle themselves. And the next country is the Singapore. So, kay ba man jud nga ang education dyan sa Singapore is really nice, and so as the inclusive education dito. So, ang katong mga students with special needs kay gi-train sila o kana ganing mga job skills. Like for example, good attitude in positive attitude, yan, communication skills, para gani ma-maintain sila in the kanang employment, yes. Kay kanang gigaan man sad sila og chance nga kana ganing na sila trabaho ba. So para makuan to ni ma-maintain sila dito nga trabaho, i-train sila, tagaan sila mga skills kay para ma-maintain sila dito. And then next country is the next, please. So next country is the Vietnam. So in Vietnam, guys, before the child ibutang sila sa regular class, moagi sa sila intervention. Intervention means preventing something that is occurring. So for example, in terms of socialization, inani for example, si Miss Laika, inani muak siya sa ihang mga classmates dili gani proper. So before siya i-add to sa regular class, dapat i-train sa niya para iagi sa siyag intervention para kay ma-correct to niya nga kuan para in terms of socialization kahibaw na siya. So before jud siya i-add to, dapat ma-correct to niya ang katuganing mga bati nga nahitabo. Yes. And then the next country is the next, please. Our country, our very own country, which is the Philippines. No, in the Philippines, guys, di ba? In the Philippines, guys, naaman siya daghan nga kana ang law gani diri nga gikuan about inclusive education, but then we cannot really see the kana ganing ang kanindot gani sa ilahang practices. It's because awaha, for example, sa jeep lang daan, di ba? In the front seat dapat dira man jud ang mga PWD. Dira man jud na sila malinggo dapat, but then makakita ta ba nga kana ganing ala dilututay na jud, dili na gani murag tagaan og chance. Ha? Okay, traffic naman gud kayo. And then naka-observe sa dira sa kuan gani sa kanang elementary department ba? Kay kana ang although di ba inclusive education man siya na sila dira, but then dili gani pareha sa uban nga country nga gitagaan nila sila og kana ang i-develop ang ilahang skills, and then mura gani kana ang wala masasagol ra wala sila gitagaan chance nga kana ganing kung asa sila kana ang maayo, yes, o dira sila ibutang wala. Mura makita dyan nato ba? And then so nakita ninyo ang difference every country nga unsa ilahang mga practices, di ba? And then I think that would be all. Thank you. For the next speaker, Miss Shella for
Okay, so good morning once again. So as what Miss Kayla talked about the implementation of inclusive education, right? So have you ever experienced na amoy mga ideas ba, pero dili mo ganahan maki-collaborate maki-talk sa other person, ganahan ka ikaw ra, ganahan ka nga imura ang idea paminawon. Have you ever experienced that? Yeah. Okay. So, for my topic, feel na ko dili na mo ganahan maka-experience ana. Right? So, collaboration. So, collaboration is the key for making inclusion successful. So, for you guys, what is collaboration? I know that you already have heard a lot of times that word. So, before I will further discuss what collaboration is, so I would like to hear what is your idea about collaboration. So, anybody who would like to share about or have an idea what is collaboration is? So, I know that Mr. Antojado would like to share about what collaboration. So, Mr. Antojado, what is collaboration for you?
It's for me, it's a thing, the way that we can communicate with other people through what we can share with our own ideas, and by teamwork as well, no? So collaboration is one of the crucial aspects na kanang ang idea sa matag-os sa ang kanang magkasinabot ang idea sa matag-os sa so.
Okay, so what as Mr. Antojado talk about collaboration na magkayusa ko no, importante ko no ang collaboration by sharing ideas and communicating to others, right, Mr. Antojado? So collaboration is an approach that emerged of addressing what children with special needs in the curriculum. So for both non-disabled and disabled children in the same classroom. So collaboration is an interpersonal style that professionals use with their interactions between their colleagues, co-teachers, and others. So collaboration, is a key for making inclusion successful. So as what Ms. Glil talk about inclusion, it is the diversity daw. So lain-lain ang learners, right, in the classrooms. So in order for us to be successful, so we need to collaborate, we need to share ideas, we need to brainstorm what we have learned or know about that area or that problem, right? So traditionally, teaching has been isolated, and teachers much works and perform their duties in isolation from their colleagues. So ang teachers sa una, wala pa na siya na-know ng collaboration. So, ang teacher sa una, kung mag-make siya dihang lesson plan, mag-deliver siya sa iyahang lesson plan, so, wala siya collaboration between sa iyahang co-teachers. So, kung maghimo siya diha diri, so, ini ka next nga teacher nga mo kuan, nga mo talk about or mo discuss about anak nga sa mga students, so, walay alignment if wala sila collaboration, because collaboration is working together. This consists of 2 or more people working together and share their common goals. So, as what Ms. Diana talked about inclusive education, right? So, inclusive education, so in the regular settings, na ay mga students with regular and na ay special. So through collaboration, ara na nimo matanaw nga, okay, mao din ni ako angay buhaton. Okay, if mo collaborate ko sa ako ang co-teachers, so naapaday ko'y mas better nga information nga mahatag. Like for example, in the regular classroom, na ay special nga learners. So, ang regular teachers must mo interact, must mo communicate sa iyang ka-special teachers dito. Like, ma'am, unsay angay na kong buhaton? Unsay akong angay itudlo di ay ani? Because as what Miss Rain talked about, na wala pa kayo na train ang mga regular teachers para ana nga mo-conduct sila ng sa ilang topic nga naay special learners sa ilang classroom setting. So, with collaborating to their co-workers, so teachers, makahibaw na sila nga, tagaan man sa special education teacher nga, ang mauni ang mga angay ni mong buhaton if ang bata na ay problema, and if ang special educator teacher or SPED educator kay mukabalhin na siya sa iyahang students dito sa regular classroom, so mangutana sad siya ang kuan ang maestra nga ma'am, unsa ray background aning bata, so that sa ilang interaction naa sila makasabot sila kung unsa jud ay ang mga angay buhaton nga ma-align o ma-success ang ilang pag-teaching. And then compatible and interactive work styles. So teamwork must be compatible and interactive work styles. So when you say compatible, so na siya alignment, so naa siya kanang okay siya, maka-access siya sa tanan. Like for example, collaborating through professionals, kanang others sa SPED. Ang SPED, dili na siya, di para nato mga regular educator nga mag-lesson plan isara sa SPED natay gitawag nga IEP, Individualized Education Program, which is sa taga-bata, sa tagsang bata, so lain-lain nilang mga special needs, lain-lain nilang mga disability. So, maghatag sad ka o lain nga lesson plan na ng bataa. Kaning bataa na siya nga problema, lain niyang lesson plan. Kaning bataa, lain niyang problema na siya iyang lesson plan. So, dili inan kalalim ang SPED teacher sa? Yes, right. So, mo na siya, in order to be successful ang ilahang pag-give sa instruction, ang ilang ganahan nga makuha sa bata, ang ilang goal nga ma-achieve jud sa bata, so mag-collaborate sila, mag-work sila together, bata o unsa ang angay nga mga services nga ihatagan nga bata. But dili ra sad ka nga special education, dili ra sad na nga special learners, but imo sa hindi consider sa mga regular ones nga kanang maka-access silang tanan. And then next, please. So, collaboration is anything but simplistic. So, at its heart, collaboration means working towards interdependence. So, this is the giving and receiving helps. So, through collaboration, so, naman siya tayo iya-iyang perspective, opinions, suggestions. So, we need to consider po muminaw ta, listen ta nila kung unsa may angay nilang kanang buhaton ko. Okay, fine. So, unsa man imo teacher, kani nga regular teacher, mao ni siya iyang kuan, na sila yung professional nga related sa SPED. So, like guidance counselor, so mausad ni siya. Okay, so imo sa siyang paminawon. For that, katong mga suggestions, maka-select mo sa better nga o best solution so that maka-implement mo, maka-build mo o good nga kanang lesson plan para anang bataa so that ma-success ang bata sa iyang angay nga or ganahan successful ang teachers ug ang bata ug ang parents sa unsay angay nilang buhaton. And then, sharing information, expertise, observations, and reflections. So, through collaboration, teachers, parents, and other professionals must work together because iyang perspective in life, di ba? Iyang reflection, how we reflect ourselves, unsa ang problema, unsa may ato ang isolusyonan na. So, lain-lain man ta, right? So, I know nga, kani siya, para ni mo, makalima, mauni ka na. Dapat maura ni akong idea, maura ni angay ko ano. Pero let's consider nga, napay mas better na ko o ideas which we can help, which we can bring our students to be successful. And then, observations and reflections. So, lain-lain mo sa pag-observe, like teachers, when we are in the classroom, so lain-lain ta pag-observe ang students. So, mo take consideration sa ato nga teachers nga maobe niya bata, mao ni akong pagtan-aw, so mao ni ang ayong pagbuhaton. So, imo siya i-consider kay kung ano mo timan mo, so dapat mag-work together mo. Dapat nga compatible mo sa usag-usa, compatible mo sa usag-usa, right? So, dahil alignment ang inyong naakoy padulngan ang mo'y destination, dili mo mawala. And for that, mao na, ma-success na inyong mga goals. And participating in co-planning and co-teaching, as what I said, that participating in co-planning, so when you plan, so there must be consist of parents, teachers, and other professionals that are related to the child's disability. Like if ang bata kay special, then naadyo na siya yung mga other professionals nga mag-handle niya. So that, in making plans, para nga bata, in making sa iyahang IEP, nga kanang para mag-give og instruction kung saan na ang bata sa regular classroom, so they need to talk about kung unsa jay ang buhaton, unsa nga services, o sa parents mo consider po sila kung unsay ganahan sa parents, right?
Yes.
And then co-teaching, so teachers must collaborate sa regular niya nga teacher. So mangutana sa jud ang special nga teacher nga teacher unsa jud di ay pag kani nga bata nga na siya dira sa regular setting, unsa di background ani niya, unsa di problema jud ani niya, para if adto na siya sa SPED, so mas grabe o kanang hatag grabe yung services ay hatag sa teacher niya, so that inclusive education ang teacher ba sa special education, kaya ang ilang goal jud na mabuta kung balik ang bata sa regular setting, ma-mainstream nga ang kanang ilang mga gipangbuhat nga IEP ma-achieve gani para ma-less ang kanang kuan sa bata, ma-less ang iyang disability or ma-less ang iyang suspected nga problems. And then creating a common vision. So teachers, parents, and other professionals should have a common goal so that naay-alignment ang ilahang gustong mabuhat sa bata. And then if ang parents dili siya mo patuo kung unsay gihatag nga suggestion sa teachers, then dili jud ma-successful ang ilahang ganahan nga goal nga mahatag sa bata, right? So knowledge and perspectives and values are kanang most important and in collaboration in order for them to be successful. And because of that, if naa kay values, naa kay knowledge about anang butanga, then ang participants must be willing to work together. And then collaboration. So collaboration takes place, and participants must feel na consider sila na community, and maka-feel sila nga ang ilang task ay achievable through collaboration. And that would be all. Thank you. And for our next speaker, let me welcome Ms. Rowena J. Nabatayo for the characteristics of collaboration.
Good morning, everyone. Are you still doing good? Yes. So, the definition of collaboration is intentionally general, and this includes interpersonal collaboration. So, this is in addition to Sheila's topic. So, interpersonal collaboration is a style of direct interaction of between or less two equal parties that voluntarily engage in shared decision-making and working towards a common goal. So, the Friend and Cook clarify this definition through detailing several definitions of characteristics. So, the first characteristic of collaboration is voluntary. When we say voluntary, you do things because you want to, not because you are forced to do that. So collaboration requires that all participant members to work together towards a common goal. So people may work closely in proximity, but they cannot be required to collaborate. So they must make a personal choice to work collaboratively. So it is voluntarily. You don't have to push or force someone to collaborate with other people. Next is, it is based on parity. When we say parity, it is the state of being equal. So, collaboration requires participants to collaboration allows participants to share ideas, and these ideas should be valued equally. So each person participating in a collaborative effort contributes some resources, and these resources may be great or small, they should have equal value. Third characteristic of collaboration, it requires a mutual goal. So collaboration is based on a strong sense of purpose. Participants collaborate only when they share the same goal. If they are working on a poorly defined goals, then they may unintentionally be working on different goals. So when this happens, miscommunication and frustration often occur instead of collaboration because their goals won't go together. The fourth one is, it involves shared responsibility for key decisions. So collaboration requires trust and a sense of shared responsibility. So although when you are working together, although there is a division of work, each one is an equal partner in making the fundamental decisions to solve the problem. So shared responsibility reinforces the sense of parity that exists among participants. Next is shared accountability for outcomes. So these characteristics, shared accountability for outcomes, follows directly the shared responsibility for key decisions. So if teachers have decided, if they have shared the same decisions, they must also share the accountability of the results of their outcomes, whether the result is a positive or a negative one. So they should not be blaming anyone. They should be accountable for the results. Next is, requires sharing resources. So these resources refers to time, knowledge, and materials. So these can enhance the sense of ownership among teachers. Lastly, collaboration is emergent. So collaboration depends on the development of trust, respect, and a sense of community among participants. However, it is not possible for these traits to happen if this will not be developed fully. Next, please. So, let's go to the importance of collaboration. First is brainstorming. So, collaboration allows team members to work together, to come and work together towards the achievement of a goal. So, in a form of thinking, brainstorming. When we say brainstorming, you share ideas with each other and offering various perspectives to provide solutions. Next is providing value. So, working towards the same goal inspires the team members with a strong sense of purpose. So the team sees value in working together, as the common goal gives them a meaningful reason to work together. Lastly, equal part-taking. So contribution provides every team member an equal opportunities to participate and communicate their ideas. So every member of a team is
welcome to share his or her ideas to the members. The next speaker is Ms. Julianson.
Bisa siya maulo. Kan di sa monitor anong gini.
So, essential elements of collaboration, di ba? When we say essential, it seems like a very important ingredients to a certain menu or dish. So, these are the needed elements for our collaboration to be successful. So first, personal belief system, di ba? When we say personal belief system, it has to do with personal, to do with you, something inside you or within you. Am I right? So, personal belief system, within you, you are something motivated to do something. And because of that motivation, you want to achieve that goal. Am I right? So, in order to achieve that goal, you need someone to collaborate with. And that someone that you want to collaborate with is have the same goal just like you. So for example, I am a teacher. So I have this little kid, I have a pupil that is behind the class. So manawag ko siyang mama. So ako yung mama nga, kanang your child needs remediation. So, and also, ang iyang mama, so, ang mama mo sa is, of course, di sa siya ganang maulahi ang anak, di ba? So, the common goal nilang doha is, dili maulahi ang bata. So, mana ang mama, sunsaon man nila itong mom. So, akong suggestion nimo is, mag-remediation daw, mangita kag tutor. So, ang parents, bitaw no? So, may nga ang parents, sige ma'am. So, in that example, so personal belief system silang duha, pareha sila of belief system and they work together. And next is interaction processes, di ba? Interaction processes, mo interact ka with someone, work with someone, pero ang apan is not everyone have the same perspective from you. For example, sa mga example ganina, okay? What if mo na ang parent nga, di ko ganahan tutoran akong anak. So, di ba, it will cause conflict. And then, so, kung saan mo pag-address, if inanay mong parents, so, imo siyang pasagton. You need an effective and good communication for the parent. So, imo mo, ma'am, this will happen if dili nato siya nag-remediation or dili nato siya tuturan. So, maulahi siya sa klase and possibility mahapon siya. So, in that case, hasabto ni mo maayo ang parents. So, you need really to have a bridge between you and the parent. Next is, okay, programs and services. Okay, programs and services. These are the kanang makakuan siya sa bata ba? Kanang, for example, katong TLC, those are programs and services nga pwede siya, hindi mo makuan para maka-collaborate mo with the other teachers para ma-improve ang academic progress sa bata. And the context is very siya. Okay. Good communication, just like the interaction processes, no? Kailangan ka good communication in order para makuha mo ang collaboration. Okay? If wala ka ng good communication, di ba, kay medyo magka-conflict. So, next is mutual participation. So, there are 3 kinds of mutual participation. Next one. Teachers working with teachers. So, as we know, di ba, inclusive education naman taron. Okay, so teachers working with teachers. So I have a student na medyo bugoy kay sa klase or hina kay sa klase, and me as a general education student kay maglisod ko og kuana ng kataa. So since inaana man is I have man kaila nga special education teacher, so mo-approach ko niya. So man ako nga, what can I do for this kid man nga maglisod man jud ko. So
In that case, pwede mo mag-team teaching. So inside the general education classroom, pwede na ay special education classroom. Ay education teacher, I mean. So, na education teacher nga mo-focus siya sa katong bata nga na ay kinahanglan og special needs. And also, ikaw as a general education teacher, mo-focus ka sa bata with regular. So, but both of you mag-work mo duha sa team teaching. Teacher working with teachers. Next is teacher working with students. So, naman tayo ka ng bata, for example lang sa akong na-obserbahan sa childcare, for example, okay. Na yung bata nga as in, mukuan siya sa, nagsabi, mukuan siya, mulatay-latay siya sa ibabaw. She's a girl. So, latay-latay, mag-okay pa siya pagka Wednesday. Don't mention the name. So, ang goal is, as in niya, pagkasoon niya sa first day pa niya, pagkasoon niya sa childcare, ang iyang gibuhat, ibungkag niya, tanang, duwaan o gipanglabay. So, si Ma'am Ruth is maigo. As in, wala siya paki. Wala siya paki. Labayon ka, dunggab-dunggabon ka. Maglayat-layat siya. As in, imong badlungon is wala. So, ang iyang ipermiso din ako nga magduwa kaming duha. Let's play hide and seek, teacher. Mana siya. Mana ko nga. Magduwa ta. Kung imong hipuson, tanan imong duwaan. So, na-shock me ka nang hipos dun siya sa duwaan para magduwa lang yung duwa. So, si Ma'am Ruth nga na, oh, himala. Ganina na siya kung ikapwe ng bataan. So, inana na siya, no? You need something, more ka like positive reinforcement nga. Ay, ganun something kwan para mako-inganyo ang bata nga mo collaborate nimo or mo work together nimo. So, that's what we call teachers working with the student. Next is teachers working with parents. So, as example ganina, teachers working with parents. So, for example, as a teacher, natin nahibawan nga unsa na siyang bataan. But ang parent also is, nasa siya, hibaw sa siya kung unsa iyang anak. So, because of that, di ba, kanang mag-share maduha, unsa din siya sa inyo ha, magtuon siya. Magduwa na lagi na siya, o kanang computer dili na siya magtuon, maglisod tukuan. So, ikaw ana is nakahibaw ka, i-motivate ang students. Di ba? Kaya na-collaborate mo together with the parents. So, mauna siya. Next is acknowledgement of each partner's contribution and second chances. Fresh start. So, acknowledgement of each partner's contribution. So, for example, katong collaboration namo teachers with teachers working with teachers. So, since for example, nakita na mga ni-improve academically ang bata. So, we need to kanang i-acknowledge with thank you so much. Bisag gamay na nga thank you, okay na ka na siya. And then, second chances, fresh starts. Diba naman yung conflict na ma-arise, diba? So, instead na imo nang padakuon ang gugot, all you need to do is kanang tagaan mo siya second chance nga basin pa dahil mausap na ang certain situation nga nahitabo niya duha. For example, teachers and teachers nag-away something. Okay. Next. So, other essential elements of collaboration. So, honesty, accountability, trust, respect. So, you should be honest when you collaborate. Dili ka pa ng mamapaks kay magkwantuan lagi ka kanang harun ingnon ba. So, actually kayo ako kahibaw ani unsa una ko pagkaning bataa. So, mauna kinahanglan ko og help nimo. So, inana siya. Am I right? So, next is accountability. So, you need to acknowledge, you need to be accountable enough for your kanang partner in collaboration so that there's no conflict that will occur. The next is trust. And also, since ganang ka maging collab ana niya, you need to trust with someone. Nga,
together kamong duha is maka-improve. And then respect. So, di ba, diverse man jud tayo nature. All we want is kanang respect. Respeto nimo siya nga inana siya o ganang perspective. And for example, na lahi kog perspective, and then we will get unsay common ana nga perspective. So, kanang common niya is mauna yung himuon nga more common goal para ma-achieve na siya. Dili ang differences, but ang common ninyong duha. Diba? So, next is, okay, so I have here a question. So, why is there an interest to increase the collaboration trend between the school and families? So, who among you here kanang na opinion? So, we're open for opinions. So, Miss Sabana.
School is something that the parents and other stakeholders have to be engaged, and especially the learners, because learners are one of the factors that is kind of not really given importance about. So through collaboration with the school and the families, they can address the needs, especially the needs of the learners.
So, Miss Sabonal is right. So, we need to address the needs of the students by collaborating with families and the school. So, next slide. So, there's an increase to develop partnerships because it empowers families by involving in decision about the services their children need. So, just like what Ms. Sabanal said no nga, kanang through collaboration is may bawani mo unsay kulang sa bata. So, ang kanang kulang is imuha siyang matagaan og solusyon. So, next is to avoid disagreements based on culture-related issues, di ba? Maglahi-lahi man itong culture. So, in one classroom, we have different cultures. And through collaboration, di ba, as what I've said, dili ta mangita unsay kalahian, but nangita ta kung unsay parihan niya. So, ang unsay parihan niya is mangita ta way to achieve that goal. Next is address families' negative experiences, feeling of dissatisfaction, alienation, and isolation, di ba? Naman yung families nga kanang maglisod sila og approach sa school. Why? Because di ba na sila hibaw sa educational system sa school. So, because of collaboration, you as a teacher, kaya mo collaborate ka sa families or sa parents, imo siya sultian what is the educational system sa school. So, in that matter, kay makahibaw ang families nga kasi ang nilang buhaton, makahibaw sila, na-other programs and services sa school that will help my child na mo progress academically. Okay. So, next. Okay, so we will have a break for 10 minutes.
How was your snacks? Nagusto ko mo? Oh! Ayo! So, let us proceed to the next topic. So, I'm going to talk about the timeline of the changing roles of parents of children with special needs. So, before I proceed to the topic, I will give you an overview first on what happened in the past, how the children with disability treated during the past. So, when the communities sa una, kay kanang pumakakita sila, if they kanang saw a person na kanang something different from them, kay kanang considered na sila nga, they're already considered as a person with disability. Like for example, makakita sila nga tao, nga, for example, we have 10 fingers. Then, finger. Then, if nailagay na nga mo, considered na ka na you're considered as a person with disability. Yun na sila sa una. And then, kung ngali time nga, if they're born with disability, ganun, they are, dadun kayo sila sa woods, they are, itay sila dito, then they are left to dead or they eaten by wild animals. Yun na sila sa una. So, muna karon kanang lahi gani kay war gigaan na nila og importance karon ang kanang people with disability. So to proceed, parents is the cause of the child's disability. So parents are blamed with the disability of their children, of their child. So, but there are it is found out that they are murag ipas gay nila ang mga disability to ilahang further child, pero it is not confirmed well nga wala jud proof nga mao na noted there is no generic cause of that disability. So in the past they have developed asylums, houses, poor houses. These are mga institution ni sila that where students with disabilities are grouped together dito for ingon nila nga i-treat sila dito or i-avoid sila sa community gani kay diba they are treated brutally outside by the community. Pero kaninga time our parents thought nga they are i-treat na sila well inside. Dili di ay gihapon, they are abused, they are still abused inside those asylums or poor houses and houses. Then next is parents as founders of parent organizations and associations. Yeah, during this time parents found out na nila nga the situation about inside the asylums. They developed organizations to fight the right of their child na ganito proper education na. So next is parents as developers of educational and service program. So after they created that rights to proper education nga i-live na ang mga gaan na o i-include na ang students with disabilities into a least restrictive classrooms nga where they are included now with the regular students. Next is parents as recipients of professionals' decision. So here di ba katong naanay rights ang mga children with disabilities sa school. Ang parents stands as observers na to the teachers. They have the right na to observe teachers in how they educate their children during this time. Yeah. But ni-discover sila of other way to train parents to be involved in educating their child. So next is parents as teachers of their children. So the parents are trained naman sa last. So parents they are already naana sila they are capable na ganito train or to educate sa their children para for improvement na nga dili na sila ay more educated na ilang children. Next is parents as political advocates. In here naana sila na-develop ang mga law, ang mga rights para sa mga students with disabilities, like for example the idea mga naka-familiar man Magna Carta Law, RA 7277, mga accessibility law for mga students with with disabilities. So ka ng mga accessibility law, ka ng mga for ka ng students ay ka ng nana sila accessibility to education. Nana sila ka ng access to education gani nga ka ng, di ba sa una ka ng wala sila jud ka ng wala sila given of wala gi-isolate man sila sa community. Yeah. They are ka ng bullied, they are abused nga kanang murag himuon na lang sila og entertainment sa other nga kanang sa mga kanang murag normal nga people. So this time kuan na sila kanang murag gigaan na sila og involvement ay gigaan na sila og mga rights nila to kanang the right to education, the right to kanang murag maka adto na gyud sila sa gawas sa community nga maka interact na sila together with the regular people ay kanang siya. Then sunod kay parents as educational decision makers. So parents are the ones who kanang made decisions man, di ba? So kani siya kanang dili na jud kabuot like sa una nga kanang murag ang mga people kay lahi-lahi na lang ang mo decide for the child. This kay given ang importance ang mga parents nga mo decide for the education of their child, for their rights. Next is families as collaborators. The families can collaborate with the people, with the community, with the school, for the educators, for the betterment of the students. Nga para mo naing progress for the progress and the knowledge of the students of the children with disabilities. So, ano to siya ang timeline. Ay, nakabantay mo kanina nga, have you noticed that murag na-overlap ang kanang mga dates?
Yes.
Doon to siya sa kanang mga processes galing nga nahitabo ato that time, murag na-overlap na lang murag daghan ang na-appear ng mga processes. Then this one is advantages of families and school partnerships. So, in children, achieve more in school. So, if parents and schools have teamwork, so, dinha mo, na-adyo yung mga achievement for the child. Kay parents always, kanang mo check, sila, always check their child in school for their progress and development. So, mo siya, maka-achieve yun ang child o kanang daghan mga daghan nga mga activities or kanang mga grades sa school dagko kay kanang check man always ang parents nila. Next is have better self-esteem mo. Taas og self-esteem ang mga bata, confident sila in school because of kanang their parents supports them well. Next is more self-discipline. They are disciplined enough na in school kay because of they are trained man by their parents. So muna nga they are disciplined very well by their parents man kay parents and school have a partnership man. So we're train sila to have. Next is show higher aspirants and motivation towards school. They are motivated to go to school na kay labi na og parents and educators are have a good relationship nya mo boost sa ilahang labi na og gigiven sila og importance in the school. So sige excited na lang sila for me pumadto sa school mo nindot na to as educators mo na to gusto sa students, di ba nga ganahan sila nga motivated every day to go to school to learn. Fewer children and being placed in special education and remedial classes. So parents and school have collaborate partnership man. So parents in the house they teach their student either child man. So lesson na lang ang inigaapod sa school, lesson na lang ang ilahang time gani sa teachers to give remedial na lang to mga hinay ng mga students. So next is parents, more responsive and sensitive to their child's social, emotional, and intellectual development needs. So in this, they are informed, always informed for the development and progress of their child man. So muna kanang aware sila in what is happening in their children. Next is better understanding of the teacher's job at school curriculum. So parents can now understand if they are kanang aware na sila sa ma-aware sila sa teacher's job and the curriculum and the school's curriculum. Dili na they cannot question gani all the time nga ganung ingon ani ang in ang mga rules sa school tungod kay every time na ay meeting and meetings and gathering sa school, parents are involved man. So dili na sila question. They are not mga question nga ingon ana. Diba, naka-experience mo inyong parents, dili mo ato sa school, gi-explain sa teachers or sa kanang mga general meetings niya, gi-explain na inyong mama, daghan kayo uyaw-uyaw, kay kuan, kay wala din niya to, mga na sila. Next is parents. Experience higher more educators. Experience higher moral. So, the educators here are satisfied na in what they have experience in partnering in having partner in the parents of the children. Next is earn greater respect for their profession from the parents. So they are respected by the parents. Teachers are educators are respected by the parents, especially every time nga naagay progress and development sa ilahang children nga most especially if you are the one who murag ikaw jud murag hinungdan sa progress sa bata nga give jud ka og importance sa pag-help sa achievement sa bata. Then improve communication and relations between parents, teachers, and administrators. So, the communicating skills of the teachers are improved because of the always having a collaboration with the community, with the administrators and teachers as well as the parents. Next, so educators acquired a better understanding of families, cultures, and diversity. So because of the partnership, the educators will be aware of the culture and the beliefs of the parents, of the family of the child. So dili na sila, they cannot question why that child believe that, believe this, do that, do this. They are aware man in the cultures of the families. Then next, form a deeper respect for parents' abilities and time. They are in respect sila every time ang parents kay mugahin jud og time for their meetings and mga family involvement sa parents in the school. Report an increase in job satisfaction. So, di ba, kita sad kung natay something na-experience, for example, schoolworks, di ba, masatisfied sa dang every time mapasa na nato nga, yes, achievement din nato, satisfied na tanga nahuman na nato ang atong project, despite nga marag struggle kahit sa itong mga gi-work. Next is school establishes better reputations in the community. So, if you have a good school, di ba, good sa reputation sa inyong school, good ang marag sa background niya, ato ang parents, di ba, mo choose man og good school para nato. So, this one, kung ang school is established good partnership to the people in the community, nindot og development para sa school. Next, experiences better community support o kanang a community will support the kanang progress of the school. Next is do better and have higher quality programs. Because of the partnership kanang diba daghan na mo enroll sa school labi na kanang every time ay nindot ang ilahang mga programs and services at the school kanang give for the benefit of the students. So benefits. That's all. For the next speaker, Ms. Jinky Vilaras.
Okay. Okay pa mo?
Yes!
Sige, wait. Okay pa mo? Pwede ninyo i-raise inyong right hand kung okay pa mo? Get down, left hand. Stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down. Raise your right hand. Raise your left hand. Okay. Look now. Okay, so our next topic is how to collaborate with parents. So again, collaborate. Collaborate means kind of cooperate, diba? So the question means how do we make the parents cooperate with us teachers? So we have here the 6 ways on how to make the teachers collaborate with us teachers. So the first one is the informal exchanges. So when we say informal, it means in manner or friendly or nature. So that means when we speak to the parents, we should be in manner. So one of the example scenario of the informal exchanges is when you go to the canteen or when a teacher go to the canteen and buy the food, and then coincidence nga there's a parent of a child nga nagkadungan nimo og buy of food, then there you will start to communicate with or start to have a communication or conversation with the parent, or just a little conversation regarding his or her child. So there, you can talk about the happenings of or what the child is doing inside the classroom. You can have a little chit-chat, but just make sure that it should be about the child. So there, you can ask help from the parent on what to do so that you can improve the skill of his child. And then the parent will also be asking you a favor to do this and that so that they could develop the skill of the child. So there, informal exchanges. So, dili siya na plan nga na magkita mo sa parent. So, informal exchanges. Next one is the parent observation. We need to encourage the parents to have a parent or have an observation inside our classroom so that they will know what are the things or the activities that we are giving our students. So, yeah, I know it's gonna be like a distraction if the parent is inside your classroom, but we can get used to it, diba? So, if ang parent musud na sa imong classroom, or if she will agree to observe inside your classroom, you must make the parent feel comfortable. So you must act natural, just like what you're doing when you're teaching the children. So that is the parent observation. The next one is the telephone calls. So we all know that most of the parents are actually busy. So we tend to reach them out through telephone. So we all have the numbers of the parents of our students. It's in the biography of the students. So we have to call them. But make sure that when you call, you have to start a little conversation like, how are you? And then you need to ask if, is it okay if I will be talking with you right now? Or can we have a plan on when and what time can we talk on the phone? So there. So if you already have a plan if what time and when mo siya pwede tawagan ang parent, so that's the time that imong tawagan ang parent. And then you will of course talk about the child as well. You will talk about the activities and the programs that will be happening in the school. And make sure no nga dili over 1 hour ka mag-istorya sa parent, like magdalibabad na ka kung maglibak na mo, ana. So make sure na you're aiming the goal, which is to talk regarding the child. The next one is the written notes. So written notes. Who knows what is written notes?
Handouts.
Maybe sa card?
Written notes. The one that copied to the board. I assignments.
Good answer. Any answer? Any other answer?
There is a communication notebook for the parents and teachers where they write their remarks and the comments they have for the child towards the parents.
Very good answer. Who can repeat the answer, Brent? How about this side?
It is a communication notebook that I joke. Oh, it is a communication. I'm sorry. Sorry. So it is a communication notebook wherein the kind of teacher write the remarks na para mabot sa parents.
Very good. So yes, it is a notebook. So in the written notes, we can provide a notebook, no? Notebook are just cheap, so we can provide notebooks to our children if dili ma-reach gani ang parents through telephone, so we can have the written notes. So there, you can write your concern regarding or your remarks as well to about the child, and then make sure to tell the child i-read ni sa mga parents ha, like that. So you also have to check the written notes as well if ni-respond ba ang parents. So there, para so that the teacher so that the parent will also know what his child is doing, since she is not able to talk with the with the teacher personally. Next one is the home visit. So if we cannot do the written notes or the parent will not cooperate through written notes, through telephone calls, we can go ahead and visit their home. But of course, if we are going to visit their home, we have to ask permission first. So first, we have to try to call the parent. We also have to try to have the written notes. And if the parent will not respond, well, that's the time that we're going to have the home visit. But we also have to tell the child also that you have to ask permission to the child, or tell the child to tell your parent that I will be going to your home. What time and where, what and when. So, when you home visit, make sure also that you will not last at least 1 hour, no? You have to be there at least less than 1 hour lang, because of course the parents is also busy. like she have some other things to do, so you should talk just about the child on what to do to develop his or her skills. And then the last one is the formal meetings. Formal meetings is like the PTA meetings, or for example in the elementary or high school we have the card day. So that's the formal meetings. Formal meetings are actually planned on what time and where. So that's the time that you're going to meet the parent formally, and of course distribute the cards. So that is called formal meetings. Next slide.
The very first group, up to now, we are emphasizing collaboration. So it all means that collaboration can be taken away in the learning process. But the question is, I will just address this question to everyone, okay? As the future teachers, how are you going to build an effective parent-school partnerships and inclusive education? Anyone can share their opinion or idea? Yes, Lisa? Nagmurmur dyan si Lisa, nagyaw-yaw si Lisa na siya idea. Yes, Lisa?
Respect with each other.
Respect with each other, yes. Yes, we have to respect each other. And these three, respect, responsibility, and relationships, are considered as a quality in building effective partnership with the parents and schools. So let's talk about respect. In building respect now, both parents and teachers are valued, trusted, and respected. How? Just imagine yourself as a teacher in an inclusive school, and of course, because it is inclusive, you're expecting a student in your classroom that has special needs. So in order to meet the needs of that child, you have to reach out to the parents, collaborate with the parents, and whatever information that the parents will address to you, or whatever concerns that the parents will tell you, you have to respect it, because they are the one who knows better about their children. Yes, right? And they are the one who knows better about their children. And parents are full partners in decision making, because their information given to us is very important. It is very important, and we have this so-called open door policy in our school, which means that we should welcome all parents, regardless of whatever their races, like what they have tackled lately about the races, their what is all gender or ages. Regardless of that, we have to respect and consider the concerns, most especially the concerns of their needs about their children. And then, of course, there is recognition of limits. But we all know that parents have limits. They have other responsibilities. Dili lang kay pag-take care sa children with special need, but also other responsibilities in their works, in their home, and maybe that child also have another sibling. So daghan jud kay sila responsibilities. And if we view the whole aspect of respect, there is an underlying belief that both parents and teachers shares responsibility, and they want only what's best for their children. And that is the second R stands for responsibility. And we're talking about responsibility. As a teacher, our responsibility extends to the home. Dili lang kay, for example, ang doors sa mong classroom, magawas ko. Okay, bye-bye children, dili na ako responsibility ko to. No, right? No, because we all know that home is an extension of school. And teachers is responsible in we're gonna stay connected to the parents. Kanang giunsa na nila pag monitor ilang bata, giunsa na nila what do you call this? Pag follow up. And also, we all know that school is an extension of the home. Kaya ang dapat ang parents po must stay connected. Muna yun ang responsibility to stay connected in the school, like monitoring their assignments. One of the helpful thing to stay connected in school without coming here every day is the written notes or assignment notebooks. CIT is doing that here. I have a duty. Most of you siguro na ay duty, di ba? And before we could teach them, ano natin nga, as mo assignment notebook, kay naa dito ipamutang whatever they do in all of their subjects, and the parents will sign na nakakita dyan sila ato, and they monitored the achievements, the status of their students inside the classroom. And with respect and responsibility, we create a meaningful relationships. In creating a meaningful relationship, it's like building and creating a partnership with parents in school. It's like building a relationship inside the classroom. Like imagine si Clarice, like for example, she is in a classroom where she doesn't belong. Do you think si Clarice rather? Sorry, Clarice. Do you think si Clarice can create a good relationship towards others? No. So to build a partnership, to build a meaningful relationship between parents and schools, teachers should welcome and make the parents feel that they belong inside the classroom. That whatever concerns they are going to address about their children, they are welcome and they are trusted by the teachers na kamao sila mo handle sa ilang bata. And of course, they are also valued. Kaya ang ilang mga the way they collaborate to the teachers is very important. That's why that is so-called the 3 R's in collaborating and building partnerships towards parents and teachers. But we all know some parents let me just add also into the responsibility. Responsible po ang teachers to meet with the teachers, with the parents rather, diba? So it is our responsibility to set a meeting, but it should be convenient to the time of the parents. Kaya di man takapugos nila, it is not anymore collaboration if ato na silang pugso niya. We are not considerate about their time, about convenient time of the parents niya. Kung ato dyan ang iset nga meeting niya, wala sila, it's still useless. Diba, Mr. Borja? Yes. So, we all know that nga katong uban dili sa ganahan collaborate because they're busy and so. There are certain behaviors, next please. There are certain behaviors that would damage the collaboration between parents and teachers. And these are categorized into 2, harmful behaviors and helpful behaviors. The harmful behaviors are behaviors that we should avoid in doing so. And helpful behaviors are the one necessary to be done inside the classroom and in the home. Number 1 is avoidance. Avoidance is about taking away your responsibility. As parents and teachers, we have to take responsible of whatever the child may need. Nya, dili ta magsigid ko ano nga kanang labi na sa parents nga ay ako isend ako ang child sa class kanang sa eskwelahan kay to avoid o sa gali na siya major to avoid. Most preschool teachers do that, but most in the preschool parents will send their child in preschool to avoid responsibility karang nagani mo take care sa ilang children. Mo na ilahang rason sa uban. Yes, tinuod jud na. Mo na rason sa uban. And to create collaboration, we have to get involved. Instead of avoiding our responsibility, we have to get involved. How? By monitoring to the assignments of your child, by kanang letting your child get involved also in the activities, because some parents man good, when it is not regarding about an academic, like mga activities lang, UN, they don't support on that. Naadjuday na nalay, no? Nindot magod ng if ato yung i-cater, i-expose, yes, Erica, i-expose siya nato ang atong mga bata, labi na sa mga child with special needs, so that they know how to interact in the mainstream. Kay if we are going to isolate them, nya maanad sila nga, hala, di ko maumo ay mo kanang halubilo, ani mahaluk sila, and maybe there is a greater chance nga kanang di sila kamao gani mo treat others, because just like what I have observed in the elementary, na ay isa ka bata nga very aggressive. Yes, there are times nga pwede nimo siya mabadlong, but most of the time sige siya malingkod na siya diri niya, makalit na siya pangusi. Pangusi siya na si don't mention names. Please, we have to respect confidentiality. And then, second is blaming. Blaming is, you know naman what is blaming, right? When there is certain problems, you are not taking the accountability. You're not taking the accountability, but instead you're blaming, ay nana mo gud ang child kay tungod na sa parents. No. There are certain time ang good that parents are not aware of the behavior of their children. Nagtuo sila nga normal na sa bata mag-ingon ana. But no. Sometimes there are suspected children na most of the parents mo gud are unaware of the symptoms. They are not really educated about mga special behavioral problems. No, so what are we gonna do? We should not blame others nor blame ourselves, but we have to collaborate in solving that problem instead. And third, rumor. If nakimabatayan sa classroom, imo ba nang ikon? Ikatag-katag, i-chismis ba na nimo? No, labi na about sa bata. Kay makakita, for example, teacher ka, makakita ka sa bata, na-obserbaran nimo yung mga estudyante nga, ana siya, ipanapay na nimo sa teacher, si Kuan, mga Kuan kayo, si Aubrey, pakitabihan kayo, masikip panapat sa iyahang mga classmates. Dili. You have to be honest also, no? Instead of kanang gossiping, mo reach out ka sa parents, kay collaboration mo kaya. So you will have you have to consider the confidentiality again and be honest to the parents na kanang ma'am, approach kaniya. Kay naman ay time, di ba, nga kanang paatuon lib sila. The perfect time is kanang mga card giving. Naaman na ang parents, of course. So, pwede ka mo approach na nila and be honest also. Dili kay, for example, basin mo follow up ang kanang parents niya. Kumusta man akong anak sa imuhang klase, ma'am? Ay, okay ra dyan kayo siya ka-plastic. Now, be honest. Be honest all the time. Dili dyan na mahimo maginanda, ha? And number 4 is collusion. What is collusion? It is hiding something. And for example, you have discovered something and you're just hiding it in yourself. Would that be helpful? No, yeah, diba, Mr. Renra? It won't be helpful. Instead, in collaboration, you have to trust and make the parents feel that they are trusted also. Kay namagay certain na problem na mas naapa sila yung matabang kaysa imo rang suluho na imong na-discover na problema towards anang bata. And then pessimism. Pessimism is a negative thought, right? It's a negative positive thought. Instead of kanang maghuna-huna ka for a positive outcome, kay magsige kag ay dili lang ko ni buhat kay basin bati ka ay ba ang makanang mahimong result. No, you have to be optimistic all the time na. When collaborating on good, we share ideas, we share concerns, whatever concerns it might be, but also have to take the confidentiality. So, it will only between you and the parent. So, be positive lang that there will be a positive outcome when you do such action. So, judgment, dili ka mo judge dayon ha nga makita ka nga nag-inana si Renren nagtuwad-tuwad diha ay na special ning bata special ning no basin dra day na gikuha di ba oh so be mutual have a mutual respect na imo siya pautan na unsa di ay ka Renren nagtuwad-tuwad lagi ka ganina and apathy. You are not taking, apathy is a lack of understanding towards others and lack of understanding most especially to the parents. Kung sa ilang concern, ay big ko kay koan, maestra ko ako, at yung nagarugan ako ang koan. No? Empathy, opposition sa apathy. Kayapit ng time. So defensiveness. And kanang naay concern or naay idea parents or teachers or ang imong co-teacher kay collaboration is also working to kanang with the other teachers man diba kay dili man kay ikaw na ang handle ana nga bata. So na siya idea then mo na ay dili lagi ko ana mo ako ara yung style ako gamiton ma'am. Hala, uy, maminaw ka sa idea sa lain. Di ka magbuot o gimuha kay basin ang iyang idea mas better to address to the needs of the child. Instead, listen. Maura na. Listening is the key to understanding. Yes, thank you. And opposition. Masige ka ng kwan. Kagani mo kontra ka sa yes, go against. Thank you. Sheila, mo go against should ka permi sa idea sa teacher or sa parents nga mang dili lang nato yun niyo ang bata man kay mo grabe man siya dyan ay dili man kay mao dyan niya akong balaod sa akong klase. No, you have to have a collaboration with the parents kay whatever di ba di anak ko kanina the information that you have the information given by the parents is very important and they are partner in making decision. Thank you. And for in order to ensure effective collaboration, you need to know what are the specific obstacles that will hinder collaboration. So first, different expectations, perspectives, and opinions. So as what Ms. Lobrido said, no kay kanang different expectation. Ang parent is lahi ang expectation, expect niya nga once a student is na nasa school, so wala siya ikuha na kay syempre is tudluan na siya sa maestra, so wala na siya responsibility nga kanang guide pa siya sa student kay ay sa iyang anak because trabaho na sa parent, no? But it's wrong because kanang different expectation. For example, I'm a parent, so you as a parent, kibawag ka kung sa imong anak as what I've said ganina, di ba? So, you know what is your role as a parent at ibaw ka nga, unsa siya klase nga pagkabata. And the role of a teacher is kamao siya sa ihang subject matter nga itudlo sa bata. So, mao man siya na siya, di ba? So, since nga you as a parent nga ay imong kaibaw ka sa bata and a teacher nga kaibaw ka kung saan ang pagtudlo, kinahanglan mo mag-collaborate. So, ang parent is masulti siya nga, ang akong anak ba kaya ganahan siya mag-drawing sa balay. So, even though kiat kaya na siya, ganahan siya mag-drawing. So, as a teacher, imuha na siyang ikuan ang isdawaton ang isulti sa parents. So, mangita ko way nga, ang kanang skills sa bata nga ma-improve siya. Dili ka mo focus more na kiaptan jud ng bata o klaro di na siya bukat sa dili na siya inana. So, next is unequal knowledge or power, di ba? In school, naman siya parent nga kanang wala siya kibaw sa educational system sa school. Wala siya kibaw nga, asa siya moduol if, for example, maglisod ang iyang bata. Wala siya kibaw, asa siya moduol ana. And then, so, as a parent, di ba, most of dire manggoro is kanang mahimo siya parent in the future, di ba? So, di ba kanang for example nga, kung saan ako siya nga maglisod man dyan ang akong anak. So, as a parent, imuha na siya imuon nga way nga maadto ka sa school, makikollaboration ka sa mga staff dito, mamutana ka,